Well, I just got these in the mail, and I think the FedEx driver has been meaning to deliver them for 3 days now. So this is from Uncle Jim's Worm Farm. Hopefully they are okay, because they should have been delivered a couple days ago. Oh good, they look fine. I'll show you. There they are, alive and kicking. If I get out of the light here, you can see a little better. So I got 500 red wigglers, and it says here they should be introduced to their new environment as soon as possible. So I'm gonna go put them in a compost bin. And I've been saving some coffee grounds and some tea bags to add to the bin once I got them. So I'm gonna add those. There's 500 red wigglers. They look alive and healthy. Did I get them all out of here? It's kind of gross. Well, now we can give them some, I think we're supposed to put some wet newspaper over the top of them. On the website it says that these red wigglers will double their population in about 90 days. So we should be able to harvest a lot of compost off of this over the next season. I gotta find a good place to put it in the greenhouse, somewhere that it won't freeze, because I think I should keep it above 40 degrees, which the greenhouse has been staying above 40 degrees now. But if we have a cold night, I guess I should remember to bring it in. It says to sprinkle them with a little water, so I'm gonna spritz them with a little bit of water. This is all peat moss and perlite, so I think they'll be happy in here. And then I'm gonna just cover them with a layer of the peat moss. So it looks like they've all dug down. I don't see any moving on top anymore. And they said that can happen, that some people get their worms and they kind of spread out and try to escape the bin. And that can be because they're hungry or just glad to be out of the bag, I guess. I don't know. But they said to leave it in a lit area because they don't like the light, and then they'll burrow down. But also to feed them. So if you have a pound of worms, to feed them a half a pound of food. So I'm just gonna give them a little bit of this. I don't know exactly how many pounds of worms I have. I have 500. So I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit of my used coffee grains in there. Yeah. Whoa. There. I changed my mind about bringing them out to the greenhouse and just decided to keep them in the house. So I've made some room on one of the seed racks and it's been working great. I need to put some air holes in here yet, so I'm just leaving this container open a little bit. And I'm also going to change this out to be a black tub rather than the see-through, because they don't like the light. And I know the next question is, well, but Nina, if you leave this open, won't they all crawl out? And I thought that too. And actually what they've been doing is when I close the lid, they've been crawling all over. And I think that was because I had it on the floor, and our floor is heated. So I lifted it up here and now they're all staying down in the dirt. But I think because I have this light on here, it keeps them hiding out in the soil. I haven't seen them now today crawling around the inside of the bin. So I'll keep checking it, and hopefully I don't come back in here and find worms all over. So the worms have been doing great. I've just had them for about a week now, and so I've fed them once, and I'm going to switch them to this darker bin. They're all looking good in there. Worms play a huge role in improving our soil. The worm eats food scraps and other organic waste that moves down through its digestive tract, also known as vermicompost. During digestion, they break down organic waste and mix it with beneficial bacteria. Then composting happens once the worm discharges the castings. Vermicompost improves so many characteristics of the soil, everything from the soil's ability to drain and hold water to adding calcium. And by breaking down organic matter, worms make nutrients readily available to the plants. Plants grow stronger, and stronger plants are more nutrient dense and less susceptible to pests. I'm really excited to start experimenting with the vermicompost tea. Oh, there's a big one. They're all digging their way down, so I'm just going to give them a little food. I've been saving coffee grounds under the sink for a while. And some tea bags. And I was using this smaller piece of cardboard. I might need to make a bigger one, but I'll get that wet again. They've all already dug down into the dirt, so that's good. Now I can go back to using this one for starting my seeds. I'm seeing webs on this tree. This is a lime tree, but I'm seeing what look like, I mean, they're tiny spiders, but they look bigger than a spider might. And they kind of act like a spider. So I did go back in and look at some images of adult spider mites and did determine that, yep, we have spider mites. They are back. So I did put some neem oil on this tree, and I'll continue to do that every few days. Actually, I just went and squished this one with my fingers and sprayed the leaves top and bottom. The spring thaw has begun, and so we thought we'd take this opportunity to get the siding that we need yet for the outside of the house. This is probably the last weekend that we are able to drive it up here.
To get your boots on.
Why?
Walk through the muck with us. This is Eric's boot camp training.
Well, it's good you have good boots then, huh, Eric? Did I pick good boards?
Huh?
Did I pick good boards?
Yeah.
And get that to touch the rice. Kind of squeeze it. There we go. Now, can we kind of tuck that under and squeeze it. Where's the plate? I guess we'll just put it on here. We're trying not to drive on that part of the driveway because it's the softest right now. So Joel's gonna go down the other side and be down there in the morning. So when he goes to work, because that side stays frozen over there for longer, it's more shaded and in the trees. So it's called Rebar's Rodeo. Anybody else doing this right now? Hi guys, look what I'm doing today. It is a nasty day outside. How much snow are you guys getting? But I am in my happy place, planting Swiss chard and lettuce and beets. And it is sleet, hail outside. So it's gonna be cloudy for a couple days, so I thought I'd put these out here, because I think if I put them out here when it was too sunny, they would get stressed and not do as well. So sure is fun to be playing in the dirt. I'm noticing that some of these seed blocks have grown together. These were separate. That's not what I wanted to happen, but so I imagine there will be some transplant shock there. But you can see I can go in and pick up this whole chunk of it. It's all grown together. I don't know if that means I should have taken these out sooner. I don't know, you ever try these new things and you're like, what was I thinking? But it's been fun to learn all of it along the way, and there's so much more to learn yet. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That is a beautiful seedling. Beautiful, healthy. Hopefully I don't kill it by putting it in the ground. This is a romaine kind of lettuce. And I think it's mostly a midsummer. Like, I think what they recommend is you grow it midsummer, but it'll be too hot in here, I think, midsummer. So I'm gonna do it now and see what I get. I'm a rebel. There's old tomato roots in here. This is where I had my tomatoes last year. But what I hear is you're supposed to leave these root systems in here so that all the microbiology that's down in the roots, they increase the health of the new plants. So we're leaving it in there. It drives Joel nuts though, because he likes it to be very neat and clean. So he and I'll have these arguments about, you know, he wants to use the shuffle hoe and make everything, you know, weedless and immaculate to start. And I'm like, oh, you're killing the microbiology. I don't know, maybe I'll do anything to get out of cleaning something. That I would say is air pruned, wouldn't you? Here's my audience. I'm just sitting up there watching me. So we'll see which beets produce a beet first. These that I just planted in the south bed, these that are in the north bed that are still pretty tiny. And remember, they're both planted on the same day. I think it was March 3rd. So they're 5 weeks old, 4 or 5 weeks old now. So we'll see. And the other, you know, maybe it's not a fair comparison either because those are individually planted in a row and these are multi-sown. So I guess it's not a true experiment, but we'll see. Thanks for hanging out with me today. If you are subscribed, thank you so much. If you are not, we hope you will subscribe and follow along. If you're interested at all in deep winter greenhouses, this is a greenhouse in the snow. It is our second season really growing in it. So thanks, and we'll catch you next time.